Hey there, everybody. We are back. We're sorry we weren't here last week. A lot was going on, but I am happy to be back. It's a good January so far. We're on the January 21st, issue number 44, and I have Remy on the line with us right now. There you are.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
How you doing, Remy?
I was stuck. I am doing fantastic. Without going too political, I'll say that speech yesterday was amazing. And I don't think I'd been moved by a politician in a very long time. So it was cool to hear them talk about unity.
Yeah, I heard little things about that, but I haven't been busy. Yesterday was a super busy day. Was working on stuff, so I haven't had a chance to do anything, listen to anything. I haven't even watched TV, any normal TV, in over a week.
Well, actually, this also goes on to television, too. Hitman 3 came out yesterday, and I gotta say, I have been stoked about playing this game.
How is that game?
I have not actually gotten into Hitman 3 yet, because the way IO Interactive does their sequels is amazing. So they did Hitman 1.
Yeah.
And then when Hitman 2 came out, because of the storyline, he's already the hitman, right? Like, there's no training or anything. So when you unlock things in the game, you're unlocking your arsenal, pretty much, right? So when they released Hitman 2, they remastered Hitman 1 and put it in Hitman 2.
Nice.
And now that Hitman 3 came out, you could take all your progress from Hitman 1, Hitman 2, and put it into Hitman 3.
That's pretty cool. So if we're going to mention video games, I just found out today. So I like Tom Clancy Division and Division 2. Division 2 has been a lot of fun. People like it. They hate it. I like it. But they're celebrating next month the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil. And in the Division game, you'll be able to get Leon Kennedy's RPD outfit just by logging in between February 2nd through the 15th. You log in, you get his RPD outfit.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, I gotta log in now next month just so I can grab that outfit real quick.
Yeah.
Even if I don't play for an hour, just log in to get it real quick.
Can we give Resident Evil credit? 25 years of scaring people?
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I think 6. 6 was their bad game.
Yeah. My favorite was still 2.
Yeah. I mean, okay, the remaster of 2, that's a company that knows how to remaster their products. Because that was not a remaster. They remade the game.
Yeah. I enjoyed 2. The remaster has been fun. I can't wait for the new Resident Evil TV show coming out on Netflix.
I did not know that's a thing. Oh, that's really exciting.
I'll have to send you some stuff. They released photos so far, and it's Raccoon City Police Department, the mansion, everything looks legit, like how it should be.
That's cool.
So I'm excited for that.
Don't get me wrong, there's a little place in my heart, for Mia Jovovich playing Alice and that whole thing. I used to have the movie banner behind me. I had a different one that was Resident Evil Extinction, and it was her silhouette, 15 feet tall, walking through deserted Vegas.
Oh, nice.
I have no idea what happened to that banner.
So mention her, and we know she's doing that Monster Hunter movie, and it didn't click who the director of the Monster Hunter movie is. P.W. Anderson, which is the one that did the Resident Evil movies, which is also the one that's married to her.
Oh, yeah. They do have a pretty good history.
Oh, no wonder she's doing that movie. Her husband's doing it.
Sure, that makes sense.
Okay.
And you know what, though? I think that this is one of those cases where she could have gotten the role either way. She's a good enough actress to be able to pull off the role.
Yeah, we talked about it on Nerd Talk. For everybody, again, Nerd Talk every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for an hour and a half. Join us on Nerd Talk. We'll plug there. But we've talked about it because the first trailer they released for Monster Hunter, it looked like garbage. It was horrible. Then they released a trailer in China, and that trailer looked just like the video game. And they included the cats that are in there, the chef cats and everything. I'm like, okay, now I might want to actually see the movie a little bit more since I saw a better trailer.
Trailers are so empty. Snippets. I don't like those snippets. We're going to show you different snippets. I like those snippets.
Yeah. I'm like, if you showed me the Chinese trailer first and showed me the cats and the monsters and not 2 minutes of them driving around in a Hummer and the whole Hummer getting portaled to the new world and everything, I would have been happy.
Sure.
So I got faith in the movie now.
All right. I think it'll be fun either way.
Let's go ahead and do our housekeeping real quick. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to be a cosplay guest, even sit at the table or even zoom in, email us at home@comicbook101tv.com, info@comicbook101tv.com. There's another one that's not on that list yet, but Michael@comicbook101tv.com. You can also hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere social media, we are there. Even TikTok, it's under Cosplay in Tampa Bay. And our show supporters, again, Yancy Street Comics, and I actually was there yesterday, and we're going to talk about that shortly, where I pick up all my comic books locally. Mark Muncie at Erie, Florida. And I added 2 more for the show supporters, Nerdosphere. Right across the hall, we got a huge gaming shop. So you can come in, buy your D&D games, 3D prints, books, anything you need, figurines is there. We stream the games every Sunday. This Sunday will actually be streamed a little bit earlier than normal. Check on their Facebook page and everything, and I'll have the times for that. And the other one is thegloriousgeeks.com. That is the official store for all the merchandise that we're going to be selling. Once I get the photos up, we're going to have the 3D print stuff that I've been creating to go on there. We have figurines on there, all the books. Anything you need, you can pick it up all right there. And before we go to that cosplay of the week, I know you had something you wanted to mention.
Oh, yeah. We just started up Magic Mondays again. So last year, about 6 months before the pandemic started, so I guess a year and a half ago now, we started Magic Monday. And it's been kind of like a roaming magic show that now we're doing every other Monday night. So our next one's February 1st at a place called Black Flamingo Brewery in Pompano Beach.
So do you make beers disappear?
No, that's the patron's job. That's them. No, it's myself and my buddy Jack Maxwell. We put on a interactive magic show.
Awesome. Definitely need to check that out. Send us some clips, and we'll play them next week.
Absolutely. We'll send you some of the clips.
So let's go ahead and jump into our cosplayer of the week. And this is a wonderful cosplayer. She's new to the cosplay community. She goes by Ami Kom Cosplay. I probably pronounced it wrong, but I'll definitely tag her in the notes. I apologize for definitely pronouncing it wrong. But she has some wonderful cosplays. What got her into cosplay? She said it was always her dream when she was young, but her friends really encouraged her to pick it up as well. She loves to cosplay because the main reason to promote my low-cast cosplay crafts. I don't like the idea of other cosplayers begging for money to achieve their cosplays. And she just loves to do it and help others do everything. She wants to be a good influencer to a younger generation. Her favorite cosplay is Klee from Genshin Impact, which is a fun game. So she definitely has a lot of awesome cosplays. And again,
that's some great purple.
And that photo there is all the one she has for the future. She said she had too many to list one, so she just gave me a photo of everything she has for the future of cosplays and everything.
And said, you choose.
Yes. And when I asked her about sending me about 10 photos, she's like, oh, just choose whatever ones on my page that you think are best. So I had fun going through her Facebook page, picking out photos and everything. So again, definitely opposite.
Those are definitely some fun ones. I love blonde hair. I just love the way that looks in that outfit. Like, It looks great.
So again, she's new. I definitely want to support her. I'm excited to see what's coming, what she has planned in the future. She's always every time she posts on my page, she'll comment on my stuff or I'll see her post. She's very positive and everything. She's a very nice person, wants the best for everything.
I really like that purple. Sorry to interrupt you. I just really like the purple.
So yeah, definitely interested in seeing what she has. Maybe down the road after she gets some more done, we'll have her back on again.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So before we get into our topic of the weekend,
it's Ken.
Ken, how you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good. How was your week?
Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to the comic shop tomorrow, so I don't know what I get to find. But it's been a pretty good week. I'm still here. Still got a roof. Everything's good.
So I was actually at the comic shop yesterday. I finally had time to get back to Yancy Street, and I picked up some interesting stuff. One, I picked up the Ninja Turtles Ronin that came out a few months ago. Luckily, Steve at the comic shop that owns Yancy Street Comics, I asked him if he had copies. He's like, oh, I got the 3rd reprints coming soon. But I actually have one for you in the back if you want the first print. I'm like, yes. Yes, I do. So I got a first print. Oh, okay. I shouldn't have moved it. Of the last Ronin. So I was super happy to get that. And it was actually such a good price because he said all the other comic shops were selling out the same day. They were trying to go over there and buy all his copies so they could resell them at a higher price.
What?
Yeah. And
nice. Knowing somebody.
They were going between 80 to 150 on eBay.
What?
I didn't pay anything like that. I'll say that.
It just came out?
It came out a couple months ago. And apparently issue 2 is coming out next month, I think. They said.
Okay.
So I'm not opening that. When he gets the 3rd reprints in, I'm going to buy that.
One of those and read that.
Because I'm not touching that at all. Only thing I'm going to do is I'll probably see CGC Saturday. I'll hand it to him, be like, grade it, seal it, and let them touch it. Because I'm not getting my fingerprints on it. And I actually picked up a couple of the new Power Ranger comics as well. So I'm excited to read those. But I picked up some other stuff. This Saturday, Arthur Suydam is going to be at Yancy Street Comics doing a lot of autographs. And Arthur is best known for Marvel Zombies, which I have a book. Pardon me.
Just stop touching everything.
Yeah. Rob's like,
I thought it was fitting. The zombies dying. It was a thing.
So
all reborn.
That's
gotcha.
all
Okay.
The cover work for the Marvel Zombies. That one's already autographed by him. I've had that in my collection for a while. But in the middle, I have the Walking Dead #1 Comic-Con exclusive. And I was able to get 2 more copies. They have been out of print for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
So I was lucky enough to get 2 of those copies yesterday from Yancy Street Comics as well. And Arthur's done so many comics. If we can go ahead and play some of those photos on the thing, he's done everything from heavy metal, National Lampoon, Batman, Conan, Tarzan, Predator, Aliens, Marvel Zombies. He's done the new Death comics from DC, Deceased.
Oh, cool.
So he's done those too. He's an awesome artist. And especially that Joker and Harley Quinn one. It's one of my favorites. And there's that Walking Dead issue 1 that he did. Marvel Zombies.
Seems like you kind of like zombies.
Yeah, he's known as the Zombie King of comic books.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
So I'm definitely interested in meeting him Saturday. I got 2 copies of The Walking Dead, 1 for me and actually 1 for the studio to put here permanently to keep on display. So I can't wait. Hopefully if I can, might try to get an interview with him. So again, I'll be this Saturday at Yancy Street Comics. I shared the post earlier, so definitely just check out the page and you'll see more information on it. So let's go ahead and get into our fun topic. The worst deaths and resurrections in comic books. And nobody actually dies in comics is what we've pretty much known. Jean Grey died how many times? A dozen or so? And she keeps coming back. And she is not on the list.
It's, you're right that, it's a common trope. Nobody died, nobody stays dead. But there was something, I remember thinking about that watching Flash and one of the first, real crossovers when they had Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
Right? And you remember he, explodes the city. And we knew the Flash is literally about to run in time. We see him doing it.
Yeah.
Right? And so we know that nothing that's about to happen is going to stick. But yet, watching everybody die in flames, it still impacts you. You know, you're like, oh, I didn't want to see Oliver go up like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it still hits you.
But see, that depends on how well they've developed the story, the characters, so you feel for them. Like, you kill a random person, and it doesn't matter. You just showed up for one episode, you died. That was your purpose. You know, but with the Flash characters and stuff like that, you're like, okay, I feel for these characters. I have that emotional attachment. So when they die, even if you know they're going to be resurrected, you still felt that.
Yeah, you're still sitting there, you're like, they're literally only dead for like 7 seconds. And
did anybody really feel bad when Superman died in the movie?
I felt weird. I definitely felt really uncomfortable. I was like, why is he dead? That was dumb.
Some of us may have cheered.
You cheered?
Yeah, I'm not a Superman fan. He's okay for
me. I'm some of us.
But I'm a Cavill fan.
What was that?
I'm a Cavill fan. You know, like, I support him. So I was like, I don't want you dead. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and start. The first one actually is one of yours. Flash, Barry Allen, Infinite Crisis, and Final Crisis. So go ahead and give us a walkthrough of that.
Okay, so if you specifically Flash's death, it's almost like it was such, to me, like a big moment seeing him die that first time, because there was this actual feeling of permanence to it, right? If I recall correctly, it didn't make it into Final Crisis. He was trying to run to protect the last 5 universes, right?
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, he was running trying to prevent the speed cannon, I believe, from going off.
I believe so. It's been a while.
I didn't read Final Crisis. I read the original Crisis on Infinite Earth, so I'm listening and learning.
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, because you have to remember, he died pretty early in there, but it was such a big scaled comic and such like a small person in it, right? But making that one person so important, losing the Flash, I thought was a huge deal. And then seeing him come back almost in the exact same light, I thought was incredible writing, right? Seeing him first like disappear into death and then appearing into life, that was really cool the way they did that. But then I like how they took that and turned that story around to almost to make the Flash become pure energy. And then they reveal later that when he disappeared, he became the lightning bolt that struck Barry Allen.
Yeah.
So he was essentially the guy who struck himself. Essentially, he slept with his own grandmother. So, like...
And there's the whole thing that the Speed Force exists because of him.
Okay, so that was the other thing that I thought was amazing to find out, was discovering that if it wasn't for Barry Allen, there was no Speed Force. He was constantly burning it off. It was because of him that it was there.
So I wonder if they're going to take that into the Flash show.
Excuse me?
I wonder if they're going to take that part because of the Speed Force. It's because of him. There is one. If they're going to incorporate that in a show. Because
didn't they just destroy the Speed Force?
Yeah, it's dying. He's losing it.
Oh, I thought it died. Like, last episode.
I don't remember the last episode now, but he only had a little bit of power left.
Yeah, I thought it was out, but now he's trying to make the artificial Speed Force.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I love Flash, and it's definitely comics. Again, we're talking about a lot of great comics. These you can definitely pick up in graphic novel form at your local comic shop. Or Yancy Street, you can order from there and have them shipped out to you. So it's definitely Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis, all those is a definitely must-read comic book.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and jump to the next one. And
it's actually just another reason it's a must-read comic book. Like, let's be honest, there's infinite reasons that Infinite Crisis is one of the extreme books that you need to read.
Yeah, it's definitely on the must-have list. This comic character, I really don't know much about, and I'll be straight up honest, I don't know anything. So it was interesting reading some of this when Ken sent me the information. Craig Hollis, Mr. Immortal.
Yeah, it's one of the smaller known characters, which it flashed in my head when we decided the topic, because I'm like, nobody really knows about him, but he's always a fun character. Maybe not getting decapitated, but in general. It was when John Byrne created him when he was doing West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
And so that's obviously I follow John Byrne a lot anyways. But so when he did that, just the concept of when he kills himself, he comes back. Like he can't die. So even though every sacrifice he makes is not truly a sacrifice because he knows he's going to come back. So, I mean, it's almost in the same vein of a Wolverine type character, only he actually dies and comes back each time. You know, so I always just thought it was a fun character to use if he's written correctly.
So would that be considered a bad death and resurrection if he can't die?
Well, in his history, because I had to kind of brush up on him some too, it's basically an agreement with death, I think, that he can't die because the mom said, hey, don't let my baby die when she died. So, or death urge, whatever that is for Marvel. So with that being the case, it's almost like, I think, doesn't Deadpool have a thing where death won't accept him or some shit like that, stuff like that now? Yeah. So it's almost similar to Deadpool that in tone, although this was...
Deadpool had romance with death. Deadpool had a little romance with death.
Okay. See, I'm a little bit behind on Deadpool then. But in this case, Death Urge won't take Craig Hollis. So like I said, even granted he comes back and he's like in his rage every time he comes back. But just the fact that, like I said, when you first see him die in the comic, it's kind of like, oh, he sacrificed himself. And it's like, nope, psych, just kidding, he's back. So to me, it's a bad death because it can become gory. And it's almost sad because when you extrapolate, you know, years down the line, decades down the line, everyone can die and stay dead. But he can have that same lost love, like he's like, I can't get close because
then he loses.
Even die at the same time, I'm always going to be here.
Yeah. See, that would be tragic there. I definitely want to look more into this character now, just because the photos I was finding, him killing himself different ways, drowning, blowing himself up, shooting himself. I'm like, all right, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, to me, the worst thing if that character were real, it would be the fact that not just you can't die, but let's say you and your wife, you're driving in the car, I don't know, a meteor hits the car, because it's comic books.
Yeah.
You both literally die. You're going to wake up and she's still there dead.
So what did you ask, Remy?
Well, I'm curious, so you blow him up, right? Does he grow back, or is it his spirit died and comes back from the afterlife, just steps out, you know?
I want to say he grows back. I haven't actually read the books in a while, and there's some, stories of him I haven't read, but I want to say he actually grows back. So in terms of that, it'd be almost similar to a Wolverine type of thing.
So, does he actually die?
Yeah, he literally dies.
He dies.
That's cool. Okay.
He's always resurrected, but he literally dies.
Because that's definitely a distinction, right? Because Solomon Grundy always dies and then comes back, right?
Yeah.
But Vandal Savage, I don't think he dies. I think he just gets injured and grows back.
Yeah, he's still conscious. He's still sentient at the time. Right. So he's always aware,
So I have a list of different ways he's died: blown up with dynamite, drowned, consumed gallons of lethal substances, automatic gunfire to the chest, hurling himself off a building, radiation, crushed by a terminus, burned by the Human Torch, crushed by flying debris caused by gravitation, shot, blown up by Deadpool, gunshot to the head, death by energy blast, courtesy of Maelstrom, self-impaled on a giant novelty scissors, getting his getting his neck snapped, getting impaled by rods, self-inflicted gunshot to the head, death by bear trap.
He'd be really good for training.
Hold on, this is great. Death by bear trap, cannon, chainsaws, piranhas, ferrets, spears, and pythons. Really, ferrets are going to kill you. That would be a painful death. Decapitated by Deadpool, and a bunch of other stuff by Deadpool. Shot by candy stick missiles, and strangled by a living Christmas crown. I need to find a comic where he gets killed by a ferret. That one intrigues me the most. How do you get a group of ferrets to kill you?
See, now you have a whole new mission in life.
That is my goal now, is to do that.
It's very slow.
But let's go ahead and move to the next one. So, This one was considered probably one of the worst in comic book histories for death. The death of Superman. It was more of a publicity stunt that DC pulled with this, because they knew he wasn't going to stay dead. But let's kill him. Let's get our ratings back up since they're down right now. We need to make money. And what better way? Kill the person that you didn't think could actually die. And put him in a fight with Doomsday. And Doomsday just beat the pulp out of him and he died. And I don't think anybody in comics expected Superman, of all people, to die. He's a god. You don't expect that. You expect Bruce Wayne, Robin, but not a god that he is.
Yeah.
Then, a few months later, they brought back Superman, but it wasn't really him. It was Superboy.
Superboy, Steel.
Yeah.
Cyborg, and what was the other one?
I don't remember the other one now.
The Eliminator? Eradicator.
Yeah.
Was the other one. So
that was kind of a poor way to bring the Superman character back with these half-ass characters. So that wasn't too good. But yeah, it was bad with that. But let's go ahead and play the trailer of Death of Superman real quick.
Hold on, Lex. I'm picking up something.
Does that asteroid look unusual to you?
I got the alert. What's up?
Initial reports are some kind of creature.
If anyone's watching this, send help. This monster's killing everyone.
Alert. 3 leaguers down and we only just got here. Need backup now.
This creature has not been identified and is rumored to have left members of the Justice League wounded or near death.
There's one thing I can't stand. It's a bully. We need you, Clark.
Don't hold back, or he'll kill everyone.
I don't know where you came from, but I'm sending you back.
You can't go back after that thing. It's suicide.
I have to get back to work. This city needs me.
But yeah, the animated movie's a little bit different than a comic book, but he still dies.
Sure.
It's
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you didn't know.
Yeah, if the title doesn't give it away, the death of Superman. If that doesn't give it away, spoiler alert.
No, that doesn't give it away.
In the Death of Superman comic, I hate to tell it to you, Doomsday kills Superman. Spoiler alert in case you didn't pick that up.
So real quick, let's talk about Doomsday, because one of y'all mentioned during the thing he has an interest in origin story. If you want to go ahead and mention that real quick.
Yeah, his origin story I think was really cool. I forget the scientist's name, but he basically took a baby on this uninhabitable, uninhabitably dangerous planet and put the baby outside, and the baby died. And he took one of the cells from the baby and grew an entirely new baby from that, and then put that baby out, and the baby died. And he did it again and again, and every single time the baby lived like a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer until finally there was this one version that continued to grow and mutate. So as he would get attacked, he would learn how to defend himself and grow in a way that allows him to protect himself. And then he was sent, I believe in the end, he ends up killing the scientist and then is sent to Earth with the sole purpose of killing Superman. And I forget exactly how that clicked in, but specifically he's going after Superman.
Yeah, the scientist's name, the alien scientist, Berton.
Okay, yes.
Is what I found. I had to pull that up real quick because I couldn't even remember his name.
Yeah, I just thought that was like such a cool, and one of the things that I love about some villains, like the thing that I love about the idea of the Joker is that he's not fixable.
Yeah.
Like there's no fixing him. Like that's the way he is wired, and that's it. It's not that something went wrong along the way. He is the way he is. Mike Myers is the way he is.
Yeah.
I like that Doomsday is the way he is. There is no going back and fixing that.
Yeah. So let's go,
and I
go
like
to
that.
the next
terrifyingly dangerous.
Let's go ahead and go to the next death. It's one of yours again, Remy. Batman.
Oh.
Final Crisis and a Return of Bruce Wayne.
Oh, man. Okay, so I don't know if I would actually consider this a death or not. I mean, I guess it would be because he did lose consciousness. And I guess his body...
buried. They cried for him.
Alfred but pretty much the story goes...
That's sad. Real quick, that's sad seeing Alfred cry.
Yeah. Yeah. it's like watching everybody go through this is insane because it's Batman.
But go ahead.
So if I recall, Darkseid ended up hitting him with these Omega beams, and it teleported him through time. And this moment, like literally this moment, is the beginning of New 52 and death metal and all of the, like, everything from there started at this point, because originally there were 3 different tribes, and I don't remember what the 3 tribes were, but there were 3 tribes, and then Bruce Wayne was sent back in time with no idea about who he was, and made a 4th tribe, the Tribe of the Bat.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that set off Barbados later. You know, that was their in for the Dark Multiverse, was from that moment. So Bruce Wayne dies in modern day, gets sent back in time, and the death and return of Bruce Wayne is every time there's a lunar eclipse, he travels again in time.
Yeah, and we see different Batmans in that. There's a pirate version.
Yeah, so I believe he's not Blackbeard, but like, I want to call him Batbeard because, you know, why not?
Yeah.
But he's like trying to fight Blackbeard or something to that extent. But yeah, he keeps traveling through time in different time frames.
Yeah, we see
discovering things.
A witch hunter Batman, the pirates at seas, a Wild West.
So he actually encounters Vandal Savage twice. Once in like the very beginning and then once several jumps later.
Yeah. Then there's also one where he comes just a few months after his parents were killed, and he pops up too.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went through like one hell of a journey with that, and it's, I mean, to me, it was one of those incredibly underrated but crucially important moments. I mean, it literally sets up the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah.
You know?
And those comics were fun to read. I enjoyed it. I love pirates. Pirates is a big thing for me. I go Ren Fair. I dress as a pirate. I drink my mead. I do everything. So seeing the pirate Batman made me happy. I'm like, all right, if I cosplay Batman, it has to be the pirate one. Because he's not your typical looking Batman.
Well, it's like the Gotham by Gaslight Batman, you know?
Yeah. And that's why I like those stories, because they were really interesting how they did them. But let's go ahead and move to the next one. Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. I believe this was yours, Ken?
Yeah. I mean, he's never been the top level character. But just the fact that I like it's not even seeking redemption, it's seeking love. I don't want to stay dead because I'll make this deal with the devil so I can come back and feel this love. But then my next one's gonna be the similar story, which I like them both in terms of this type of stuff. But it's like you come back, but now you merge with this demon.
Yeah.
And of course, he doesn't understand what's initially happening. And I think, if I remember correctly, he only changed at night at first.
Yeah.
And then, but then it became a regular thing. But like I said, just the fact that now you have to share your existence with this demon, and you never quite got your love back. So it's that whole doomed romance. But what's your reason for making this deal with the devil?
Yeah.
Type of thing. And then Zarathos is a badass anyway. So.
And that deal with the devil just pretty much sold him as slavery for a long time, is I guess the right way to say, because he had to do his job. He was like Silver Surfer to Galactus. He was entitled to do his work.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I mean, it's one of the time. I think for his time, he was the primary character. I won't say he's the only one. I'm sure there's others. but he was the primary character who was in that situation where it's like you can't be, you can never attain the one thing you want, which is really the only reason you exist in that tone, anyways. But that's one of the things about Marvel too. Their whole thing is giving you a fallibility. So his biggest fallibility was his pride too. You know, Marvel always makes sure their characters have that.
And we've seen other Ghost Riders besides Johnny Storm later. We see Danny Ketch, Alejandro Jones, and Robbie Reyes, which was in the
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one.
Almost got his own spinoff.
Almost.
Which was the Ghost Rider that got mad at Daredevil for being the man without fear?
Huh? Oh, I didn't know about that.
I don't remember. Was it Johnny Blaze?
Because I thought that was a really
storyline. That'd be the easiest way to tell. Is it like an older story or a more recent one?
I don't remember. It's one of those things I've just seen in like on Instagram, like, oh, check out this one panel from a comic. I'm like, pretty much.
I would guess to say probably Johnny Blaze because the Ratos had the penance there. So if you have no fear of no recriminations, it wouldn't affect you at all.
Excuse me? What was
that? One of the Ghost Riders things is the penance there. So you have to feel recriminations or have fear of what you've done. So the penance there puts all of that back on. You feel all those emotions and all that loss and the chaos. And so the one thing I can think of is that it might be Johnny Blaze, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. What I'm looking up, it's Johnny Blaze.
Okay.
Because it was that reason that he doesn't like that Daredevil's nickname, the Man Without Fear. He's like, that's not true. I'm the Man Without Fear. It should be me. That's me. That's why I am. I'm the Man Without Fear.
So let's go to the next one. A character I remember as a kid, teenager, reading him. He was quite interesting. He hasn't shown up in the Marvel movies yet. He's been hinted. He goes by or Adam. Adam Warlock.
Okay.
Adam
I want to know more about this guy.
Developed by Roy Thomas and Jim Starlin. Adam Warlock's been a huge thing. He was the main character in the whole Infinity Wars because he actually obtained the stones before too. He's one of the only other ones that have been able to control the stones, and he's been killed several times where he's been created, metamorphed, death. He's been, one time I remember in one of the comics he was actually crucified upside down. Crucified him in a comic, and he risen 3 days later. So he's interesting. I want to see him in the Marvel movies.
Everybody does. I mean, like,
who's more powerful?
Ever since they mentioned the space stuff, everybody's been waiting for him to come, especially when they said Infinity War. Like, he's got to be there, and they didn't do it.
And he actually, Warlock is the first one to actually hold the Soul Gem. He took it, and some stranger wanted to steal it off him. Didn't work out too well. But once Warlock knew how powerful the stones were, he is the one that separated them and gave them to different people to hold on to until the Infinity Gauntlet happened. And Drax,
who's more powerful?
Had one.
Adam Warlock or Captain Marvel?
Depends who writes the story. Because I mean, technically, I would say Captain Marvel. Once he got the what's the universe thing or whatever, knowledge or whatever it is, or awareness.
When I'm putting
technically Captain Marvel. A lot of Adam Warlock's power came from he had the soul gem on his forehead.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But like my scale power wise, that's what we're looking at. Because I know nothing about Adam Warlock, so I'm just trying to learn more about him.
I'll have send you stuff on it. So at one time, Warlock agrees because he had his group. It consisted of Pip, Gamora, Drax the Destroyer. Is pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy for him. Pip and I think Gamora both were dead technically, and they were preserved in a Soul Stone. And then he went into the Soul Stone as well and came back. So he's an interesting character. I want him to come on. I want to see him on the silver screen, big bad booty daddy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And he also had Moondragon too, was another one that he had in his group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely we need to see Adam Warlock. We need more of them, just not that little hint of a cocoon.
And I should call him.
That was in
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Was that with the Nova Corps?
Yeah. The people that they went to.
The Golden people, whatever the race name
people,
was.
They stole the batteries.
The Golden race. I think wasn't that a bonus scene, like in the mid credits where she says that?
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. The ones that they stole the batteries from.
Yeah, they stole the batteries from them, and then there's a cocoon in one of the background scenes, and that's supposed to be him.
Okay, cool.
So. No, like I said, the bonus scene, she actually says I should call him Adam.
Yeah.
It just never brought out Adam.
Right.
So, like, we know it's him, just when are they going to actually show him?
That's the one thing I was upset about the whole Infinity Gauntlet war movies, because we didn't have him. He's such a big main character in it to fight.
Yeah.
Now, what's the point of the cocoon?
He metamorphs into it. That's how.
Well, they
he's created.
So when they created him, it was almost like a biblical thing, like he's the Messiah type of thing.
That's
so
why
they're doing a lot of parallels to Jesus.
Crucified him, and he rose 3 days later because he was pretty much like a Jesus type character.
Okay.
I remember that because at the time when I read the comics, I was going to a Christian boarding school, and I couldn't bring that comic in there because of the whole him being crucified and coming back 3 days later. They're like, "Oh, that's evil. That's not Christian. You can't read that comic here." I'm like, "All right, whatever."
I was listening to a comedian who said something really funny about the crucifix, where he said, "What about my story makes you think I want you to worship the crucifix?"
Yeah. Yeah, I had someone else point it out to me. I was like, good point. Like I'm going to come back and say, thank you for worshiping me. Yeah, that cross, not my favorite memory.
No, if I got shot, I definitely don't want people going to a gun, you know? Like, I don't...
And Stanley and Jack Kirby created them, too. And he was developed by Roy Thomas and Jim Starlin.
But if it's Jim Starlin, it's like, I mean, I guess I kind of knew about the Roy Thomas part, but Starlin basically based his whole career off of those space type of adventures and epic adventures.
Yeah, that's
what and Adam Warlock is probably his best known creation.
Doing it. So let's go ahead and we got a few more still, and time's clicking down fast. Sarah Lane.
Remy and I to shut up.
So this one's kind of going out of the comic book, and we're going to travel into the Arrowverse TV show.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's talk about White Canary.
When you ask, like, you know, comic book deaths, to me, you know, I include TV and stuff in it. It's an over-encompassing thing. And Sarah Lance, I thought, was a really big one. She had such a great story arc in Season 2. And then, first, they really killed her in Season 3. Like, it's not like that she was, like, pretending to be dead or something. Like, they really killed her.
She was dead.
You know, like, she was, like, dead. Like, no intention of coming back dead. And it was so cool how they wrote this story, and I just really enjoyed them traveling to hell and bringing her out of hell. Like, yeah. I thought that was awesome and amazingly done and almost believable, because the entire season was going to be about magic. Like, that allowed them to break into the realm of magic, which happened in Season 4.
Yeah.
Right? So it was such a
because of her
great
death,
story.
We got the League of Shadows too, didn't we?
Season 3 was the League of Shadows, but Season 2 is when we found out about them, and that was part of Sarah's story, which I thought was great. You know, her getting past the island, getting to the League of Assassins or League of Shadows. I don't remember which one it is in the Arrowverse. It's one of the two. Anyway, getting to there and then eventually getting back to the city, only later to have been killed by Thea.
Yeah. Of all
people. Like, remember, killed by Thea. Like, that was a big deal. Turns out it was really Malcolm, but, you know, still Thea.
Spoiler. So, the actress Katie Lotz is an amazing actress. I wasn't a fan of Canary at first. She made me a fan, then made me a bigger fan with Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
With her doing that, I became a huge fan because I love that whole thing. I love her attitude she portrays through that whole show, too.
She does a very good job of balancing the very confident leader role and she knows how to dial it back and show that weakness that character essentially will have. She's phenomenal at it. I love her as an actress. I got to meet her at one of the cons. And so hey, it's you, high five, and then had to keep it.
We do have.
I got a picture with her. She was real cool. For the 2 seconds we got to talk.
We do have a clip of the show too. If we can go ahead and roll that wonderful bean footage.
Hello, Sarah.
What are you doing here?
I think she's a great actress. I thought that scene was great, and then her coming back, her relationship with Oliver, just the way that she plays into the role. She's the perfect balance of being there but not trying to take the spotlight, but not being in the background either.
Yeah. So it's definitely a sad death, but I'm happy she's still alive. Yeah. But let's talk about
legit death.
Yeah. Let's talk about the next one. Surprisingly, I did not pick this character. Everybody would think I do because I have 2 tattoos of him. Spawn. So I believe that was yours, Ken.
Yeah. Spawn. I mean, it was rare to find a leading black man, even when it was created by a Canadian white man. But it was fun. It was interesting to find a leading black man. And then with the interesting story, well designed, well thought out. I mean, that's the Chadwick cover.
I had to put that one in there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but Todd McFarlane was coming off as high. He had to, come up with something for Image. And actually, he had created the character years before, just never really used. It was one of his childhood characters. So by him updating him and saying, okay, let me make this more interesting, he created another character who, once again, like Ghost Rider, I would love this parallel too. Ghost Rider dies. I want to go back for love. Comes back. Oh, tables have turned. So instead of Mephisto, we have Malbolgia, but he's saying, you're not going to get what you want. Let me find a way to twist this up for you. But now you're my agent. You have to do what I tell you to do now. And then when he rebels, of course, that's the whole plot and the storyline, him finding his own identity away from what he originally wanted. But just the fact that, like I said, you have a one, and then as the series went on, of course, more powerful than he even started out being.
Look at the puppy.
One of the more engaging, more powerful heroes who literally is just like, listen, I wanted to be here for my wife, who is now with my best friend, and they have a kid, but now I have to protect them, and all at the same time, And then plus, even before he died, he was, military covert ops type of thing too. So it's kind of like it's an interesting character all around. Todd McFarlane really hit it out the park, and it's still like if you say Todd McFarlane's name, Spawn is what comes up. Like that's his best known character. I won't say his best character, but his best known character.
I think of 2 things: Spawn, and then Spider-Man 300 in this Black Spidey.
Oh no, as far as the actual books, I agree. But as far as the actual character, Todd McFarlane is his. Spawn is his best character. But as far as his works, Spider-Man 300, definitely agreed.
And Spawn's 30 years we're going on of Spawn comics right now.
Yeah.
And he's in a Guinness Book World Records for the person that owns the longest running comic.
Yeah. Now, the only distinction with him and Eric Larson is Spawn has other creative teams working on him. Because I like Savage Dragon too. Eric Larson is like, I put work into every single issue that's ever come out.
Yeah.
So Todd McFarlane can't claim that title, unfortunately. But as far as the longest running independent series, it's right up there.
And we've had the Spawn movie with Michael J. White playing him, amazing actor, and we've had the HBO animated series, which was more true to the comics. The first movie wasn't as good. The theater company controlled that. He couldn't really do what he wanted. Plus, Angela couldn't be Angela in the movie because of the other issues he had, not owning her technically.
With Marvel, yeah.
Then he started McFarlane Toys.
Yeah.
And that's where the Spawn figures grew. That's where I fell in love with Spawn, was from the toys.
Really?
Yeah, I love the toys.
Oh wow, okay. I have some toys, but I'm not the toy type of nerd, so that's kind of cool.
I had one of the collectibles. It was like this big, but with the wingspan, it was like that big.
Of Spawn.
Yeah. It was just like I remember it was like classic outfit, but like big red cape.
Yeah.
Things stood pretty tall. Fabric cape though.
The tattoo I have is actually from one of Spawn toys. It's Spawn, and behind him, his cape's all out, and there's the giant cross, Celtic cross behind him.
Yeah, from the church, which was basically his homage to like the whole Daredevil thing where he's on the church thing, but he made it bigger, of course.
And we're still in talks of this Spawn reboot movie that McFarlane's gonna.
I'm hoping it's gonna be good. Excuse me.
I don't know. I want it to work, but I don't know. Todd McFarlane directing scares me.
Well, it's not that. To me, just the stuff that's leaked already is what has me nervous.
Yeah.
He wants to make it more of a horror theme or horror feel to it.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, Spawn is now this ghostly entity, and you really won't see him until near the end. It's like, I don't want to see a Spawn. Well, I'm going to see it because it's a comic book based movie. Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to see a Spawn who doesn't become Spawn, or isn't shown as Spawn until the end. Like, okay, well, how do you make me care about the character it's supposed to be about if the character's barely in there?
Yeah. So it's supposed to star Jamie Foxx. Jeremy Renner's going to be in it as his best friend that takes his wife.
I didn't know that. Okay. I know about Renner.
She does. We're supposed to see Sam Twitch. Twitch, is that his name? I can't remember now.
Sam Twitch, yeah. You kind of got to have them because somebody has to investigate the whole ghostly thing.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. If it ever happens one day, McFarlane, please do it because that's a good movie. Come on,
just do it right. Do it, not just do it. Do it right, please. Yeah. Make it work.
Make it work. But let's go to the next one, Jason Todd. So this was an interesting what DC did at the time. They put out a 1-800 number at the end of the comic.
I've got that book.
I thought it was a 1-900.
1-900.
Because they had to make. I remember making fun of them because they had to make money on it. I'm sorry. Continue.
They put out a phone number where you had to call and decide what happens to him. Does he live? Yeah. Does he die? It's going to be up to you, the fans, to decide what happens. And
I voted for death.
Yeah, he died.
My side won.
He died tragically, and it wasn't a good death or anything. Joker took a little toll on him.
You know, I look at that and I just say to myself, no matter what, he was not coming out of that good because by the time that he was voted for, he had already been beaten with a crowbar and I believe blown up.
I don't think he had blown up yet, but they voted. They actually voted out. They did both stories. They just didn't release the other one yet.
Yeah.
You know, so they were like, okay, whichever way the vote goes, which one going to release?
But they did. They did release it. And in movie form.
Oh, they did?
I haven't watched it yet, but I can't
wait. The new movie that came out. Yeah, that's. I've
got to check it out then. Okay, I didn't see that.
Hey, we should do a watch party.
Yes, we should. We definitely should. I want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm still excited. But yeah, Death in the Family was huge, and 1988 is when it came out. Batman 408 and 409. So it was interesting. They killed him. He was dead. Batman cried. It was sad.
He wouldn't take a Robin for a while. All of that stuff. All that ties into it.
But then you get this new badass that comes back to Gotham, wearing his new outfit with the red Batman logo on him, and he's carrying guns. Anti-hero-ish, I guess you would call him, kind of like Punisher type thing, Spawn type character, anti-hero. And we come find out, look who's back from the dead. And he's probably one of the best characters in the Batman universe now.
I love
but that's when it goes right, though.
Thing they did, where they're like, "Is Jason Todd back?" Just kidding, it's Clayface.
But I love Red Hood. He's always been one of my favorite characters. It's great to see him as Jason Todd. The Titans TV show, we know season 3 is going to be Jason Todd.
When's it supposed to start, by the way?
What?
When have they given a date for when it's going to start? I'm waiting for that one.
I'm not sure. I just keep seeing they posted photos of it the other day.
Okay, yeah, I see a couple pictures every now and then. I was just curious if you had an update.
So I'm interested. I can't wait. I still want to see Red Hood in a movie. I really want to see him.
I don't think there's been a bad iteration of him.
No, there hasn't.
Because Under the Red Hood, I thought was really well done. I thought Arkham Knight was amazing. Did you read the tie-in comic to Arkham Knight?
No.
So it turns out that Jason Todd was held underneath Arkham Asylum for 6 months. And on like his birthday or the 6-month anniversary, Joker let everybody downstairs to hit him.
Oh, damn.
And there's like this whole panel of like Penguin and Bane and like everybody just wailing on Jason Todd.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's vicious. Yes. I think we have a great list again. Go to your local comic shop. Tell them you want the comics. It's probably easier to get the graphic novels. I prefer graphic novels because you get the whole set all at once. You get
like binge watching a show just in comics.
So much better. So definitely hit up your local comic book shop. Grab the graphic novels. Read them. Let us know in the comments what you think. And if you think we missed a certain death or something, let us know and we'll talk about it another time. But we got to wrap it up. Again, you can email us at home. Info and Michael at comicbook101tv.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mark Muncie at Erie Travels, and all of our other Yancy Street Comics. Definitely follow us everywhere. And
we're actually ending on time for once.
We're going to lose a finger. There he goes, losing a finger. So next week, I challenge you to do a magic trick on the show.
All right.
I can do that. So we'll see y'all next week. Have a great week.